Today I want to talk to you about our media and entertainment savior, anime, and also manga. But this is gonna be about anime because I can't be bothered to read. But in particular, we're gonna talk about SPYxFAMILY or Spy multiplied by family or Spy and family. I don't care, it doesn't matter because it's freaking amazing. We're also gonna explore why is anime so popular. How can one episode grab the attention of so many people and get so popular in such a little time? I guess I'm gonna offer the normie perspective because I've seen less than 10 animes in my whole life and I'm pretty new to the genre, I guess. I think that in the last couple of years, anime has just taken away such a big market share from the entertainment sphere because people are leaving Western media. People are ditching Western entertainment for anime and for, other foreign shows like Squid Game. Of course, that's like the biggest example that I can name when it comes to live action. But I think that anime in particular is just taking over the world in the last few years, and especially I guess in the last year. I just woke up to anime. Like, I've been watching anime for the past few months and I've been loving it. I did watch some anime when I was a kid. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Will forever be my favorite story. Not only anime, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so special to me, I cannot even explain it. I've rewatched it 3 times and a video will come out soon, I hope. But Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And I guess Samurai Jack were just the thing of my childhood. But throughout the years, I haven't really paid attention to anime. And in the last few months, I just entered a whole new world and I'm really loving it. Why? Well, anime is super original. It is the same old story, good versus bad, love and hate. But it kind of offers a new perspective to that. And at the end of the day, they're just caring about telling a good story. The stories of anime are very original, even though it's good versus bad. Our hero has to overcome some challenge. It's just told in such an interesting and unique way that I cannot even describe. There are no agendas in anime. I mean, probably they are in some, but all I know when I watch Attack on Titan, which is like the first big anime that I loved in the past few months, it's pure storytelling. It doesn't care about, oh, we have to put Mikasa forward because she's the woman, now she's gonna be the answer to everything. No, it's about Eren. But we love Mikasa as well because she's just such a cool character. Like, her powers are not coming out of nowhere because she's just a woman. They're coming because she's an Ackerman, and that's a whole thing. But anyways, the characters are written just as human beings with hopes and dreams, and it makes sense that they would be strong because of what they went through. So in the past few months, I fell in love with Attack on Titan, which is brilliant. Jujutsu Kaisen, which is my new favorite thing. It's incredible storytelling, incredible visuals and music, and everything is it's really incredible. Great characters. Then you have Death Note that I just woke up to, like, whoa. When I started watching that show, I was like, okay, this is weird. And then, oh my god, yes. It's clever, it's well made, and it talks about humanity and what it means to be human, and about greed and power. And Yagami Light for me is one of the greatest protagonists out there because, in that second episode, when we saw who his father is, I was like, okay, he probably is gonna get bullied by his dad. And no, he has the perfect life, but he's just evil. And I love that. There is also a little show called Assassination Classroom that I just finished watching, and I cannot describe how good this show is. From episode 1 or 2, because in episode 1 I was like, what the hell? But from beginning to end, I laughed, I cried, I just felt so good watching Assassination Classroom. It's like the go-to anime if you want to feel good, but you also want to laugh and you want to feel something. And you cannot have that nowadays in the Western media, because everything has to be depressing and everything has to reflect nowadays, and you have all those depressed characters. It's really sad, because we had good shows. I mean, because most of the world, I assume, watches American movies and TV shows. Like, I grew up with The Vampire Diaries and Powerpuff Girls and Breaking Bad and all those shows, you know, How I Met Your Mother. Okay, I did not like that, but many other like this one, you know, The Big Bang Theory, and they were all good. But lately, all the shows we're getting are just bad, and they're trying to put their agendas in every story. But anime doesn't have that really. So what's going on with Spy and Family? Why is this so good? How could, I guess, whole of Twitter, even though Twitter is not real life, I do assume many people fell in love with the show because it's great. It's really great. It's well written. So the premise of the show, real quick, is basically set in Eastern Berlin. It's a fictional world, basically set during a fictional Cold War in the fictional world, where you have these two countries that want to start a war. So the one country sends this spy, Twilight, like their best spy ever. They tell him he has to create this fake family so he gets close to, you know, all the people that are responsible, like to the elite that is leading the war efforts and whatever. So for that to happen, he needs a kid, and he also needs a wife. And every episode is made like a mission, you know. Episode 1, get a kid. Episode 2, get a wife. Episode 3, get the kid into the school, because he wants to get close to the people through their kids, through the school, because where he can, you know, get close to them. And as I said, every episode is a different mission, and in between that, the relationship between the fake mom, the fake kid, and the fake dad is the sweetest ever. So we have Lloyd Forger, who is the main protagonist. He is a spy, and he goes to get a kid from an orphanage. And he picks this little girl called Anya, who is like the most chaotic thing ever, and we love her because funnily enough, there is a little plot twist that she's actually a psychic, which is kind of strange, but it also fits the whole thing because, you know, this is set in the real world, I guess. It doesn't really have magic and it's not sci-fi, but she has those superpowers. You know, the show is like comedy action, but it can also get very dark because if you're not familiar with history, you know, the Cold War wasn't really the brightest period of the world history, so you can imagine. But Anya gets attached to Lloyd Forger very, very fast, which is also kind of like, you know, at the end when the mission is completed, he would return her. And that's sad, but also we're seeing that there is a relationship that is developing between him and her, and I mean, I'm excited to see what happens. And then you have the wife, your Forger, who, again, a plot twist, she's actually an assassin, but obviously nobody knows that she's an assassin. She doesn't know that he's a spy. She just needs a husband so she doesn't seem suspicious and she doesn't get into jail for being a single woman. Okay, you know, different times. What can you do? So they have this mutual agreement, you know, they have this epic proposal, and it's a really epic show. It's a beautiful show. It's a clever story. It's a spy thriller comedy action. It's great. I guess also it's like a sci-fi thing because Anya has, you know, superpowers. She can hear your thoughts. It's everything. I cannot find one flaw in this anime. I think that animation style is great. I think that the music is great. I think that the character development of the three of them is as well gonna be great because they're in their own ways. You know, Twilight is kind of very cold. You know, he's pretending to be part of this family and he's pretending, you know, to care about Anya. And then you have Yor, who I think is genuinely starting to like being a mom, and you have Anya, who's completely just over the moon for having a family. I mean, she's an orphan, and it's gonna be a very interesting dynamic. It already is an interesting dynamic, and that's why anime is thriving because it has so many original ideas. It has a lot of original characters. It has true strong female characters, and it's just fun, you know, for the most part. Even Attack on Titan can be very fun. Jujutsu Kaisen, it's fun, and this is what it's missing from Western entertainment. It's not fun anymore. It's telling you what to do, you know, how to live your life, what to think and feel. And anime is just fun, and it's great, and I love it. And you can still learn something from it. You know, it's not superficial in any way. It's just letting you to have fun and relax and have this so much needed escapism. So this was the video. It was all over the place, but do let me know, what do you think about SPYxFAMILY? Go watch it if you haven't. And what do you think about anime? Is it going to rule the world in a few months? Because it's like, I know that anime has been very popular for the past few years, but I think we are really at its peak right now with Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, the box office, the profit from Jujutsu Kaisen 0, the prequel movie, is insane. It's really insane all over the world. Everybody are loving it, and yeah, let's see what happens. Do let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you in the next video. And as always, may the force be with you.